Goldie Hawn spent 40 years inside one of Hollywood's most famous love stories, but at 80, she finally revealed the truth about why she never married Kurt Russell. There were whispers about a first marriage that lasted through years of tension, stories of a second husband whose accusations became painful, and a quiet decision she later made with her children that surprised many people. What really happened when Kurt joked about marriage on the Oscar stage? And why did a woman who experienced everything marriage could offer still choose not to walk down the aisle? The real story goes deeper than most expected. Goldie Hawn was born on November 21, 1945, in Washington, D.C., and from the beginning, her life was surrounded by performance. Her mother, Laura Hawn, owned a dance school, while her father, Rut Hawn, worked as a professional band musician. Rhythm, creativity, and stage life were already part of her world long before fame arrived. Her background was also deeply rooted in different cultures. Her mother came from Hungarian Jewish immigrant roots, while her father had German and English ancestry. Goldie grew up in Tacoma Park, Maryland, and that environment shaped the confident performer she would later become. She started ballet and tap dancing at just 3 years old, and it quickly became serious. By 1955, when she was only 10, she was already performing in the Ballet Russ's de Monte Carlo production of The Nutcracker. While most children were still adjusting to school activities, Goldie was already learning discipline and confidence in professional productions. As she grew older, her ambition became even clearer. At 18, she made her stage debut as Juliet in a Virginia Shakespeare Festival production of Romeo and Juliet. Around the same time, she studied drama at American University, but she soon realized she did not want to wait for opportunities to come slowly. She left university, opened her own ballet school, and started teaching dance while still very young. That decision revealed something important about her personality. She trusted her instincts more than the traditional path. Instead of waiting for permission, she built opportunities for herself. The early years were not glamorous. She took every job she could find to stay connected to the entertainment world. In 1964, she made her professional dance debut in Can at the Texas Pavilion of the New York World's Fair. Later, she worked as a go-go dancer in New York City and New Jersey. Before becoming a Hollywood star, she was simply trying to survive in show business. Everything changed after she moved to California in 1966. She joined theater productions near Disneyland and slowly started getting noticed. Then, in 1967, a talent agent spotted her in a television chorus line, leading to her role on Good Morning, World. Even then, she was often labeled as the dumb blonde type, but Goldie understood how to turn that image into an advantage. She used charm, timing, and personality in a way that made audiences pay attention. That became obvious in 1968 when she joined Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In. The show became a massive success, and Goldie quickly became one of its most memorable faces. What looked carefree on screen was actually carefully controlled performance. Hollywood noticed immediately. After small roles, she landed Cactus Flower in 1969 alongside Walter Matthau and Ingrid Bergman. The film transformed her career almost overnight. Audiences loved her performance, and in 1970 she won the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress along with a Golden Globe. Ironically, she was not even present at the ceremony because she was filming in London and did not expect to win. That unexpected Oscar victory completely changed her image in Hollywood. She was no longer just a television personality. She became a respected film star. From there, success came quickly with films like There's a Girl in My Soup, Butterflies Are Free, and later Private Benjamin in 1980, where she also served as executive producer. That move proved she was not only talented on screen but powerful behind the scenes as well. Private Benjamin became a huge success and earned several Oscar nominations. More importantly, it showed that Goldie understood how to shape projects herself rather than simply starring in them. But while her career was rising, her personal life was becoming more complicated. Her first marriage was to Gus Triconis in 1969, right as her fame exploded after Laugh-In and Cactus Flower. Gus was also working in entertainment, but Goldie's career moved much faster, creating pressure inside the marriage. Eventually, they separated in 1973, But the divorce dragged on until 1976. That long and painful process left a lasting impression on her. The relationship had ended emotionally long before it officially ended legally. Before the divorce was finalized, Goldie had already begun a relationship with Bill Hudson. They married in 1976 and soon welcomed their children, Oliver and Kate Hudson. From the outside, the marriage looked glamorous, but problems grew beneath the surface. Later, Bill Hudson described their relationship very differently from Goldie. He claimed they wanted different lifestyles and different ideas of commitment. The divorce became public and bitter, stretching into the early 1980s. More importantly, the emotional damage affected the family for years afterward. After that experience, Goldie stopped rushing toward marriage. Instead, she focused on raising her children and building a more stable life. That is when Kurt Russell fully entered the picture. Goldie and Kurt had actually met years earlier during a Disney project in 1966, but their real relationship began in 1983 while filming Swing Shift. By then, both of them had already experienced failed relationships and understood what they did not want anymore. Goldie had Oliver and Kate. Kurt had his son Boston. Their relationship was not built on fantasy. It was built on shared experience and family. Goldie later explained that one of the things that attracted her most to Kurt was the way he treated his son. By that stage in her life, family mattered more than fame or appearances. Their relationship quickly became one of Hollywood's strongest partnerships. Yet they never married. That decision confused many people for decades, especially because their relationship lasted far longer than most celebrity marriages. One famous moment came during the 1989 Academy Awards when Goldie and Kurt joked about marriage on stage. Kurt mentioned that the only thing they were not was married, and Goldie jokingly asked if it was a proposal. The audience laughed, but the moment reflected the question everyone always asked them. Years later, Goldie revealed that she and Kurt even discussed marriage with their children. Surprisingly, the children said no. They already felt like a complete family without a wedding. Goldie later explained her reasoning very clearly. She said divorce can be painful, expensive, and emotionally damaging, especially when children are involved. Those words carried weight because they came from personal experience. For Goldie, avoiding marriage was not about fear of commitment. It was about protecting the relationship they already had. Kurt shared a similar mindset. Their relationship worked because they stayed together by choice, not obligation. Over time, they built a blended family together, including their son Wyatt Russell, born in 1986. What they created lasted through decades of fame, parenting, and public attention without ever needing legal confirmation. Goldie's later life reflected the same pattern. After stepping away from regular acting following the Banger Sisters in 2002, she focused more on family and projects like Mind UP, her nonprofit supporting children's mental health and mindfulness. She later explained that many Hollywood roles no longer felt meaningful to her, especially for women her age. Once again, she chose authenticity over public expectation. That same philosophy explains her decision about Kurt Russell. By the time she found the right partner, Goldie Hawn no longer believed marriage was necessary to prove love. She had already experienced marriages that ended painfully and publicly. With Kurt, she finally found something steadier. A relationship built on trust, friendship, loyalty, and daily choice rather than legal obligation.